Remember when my dad showed one teacher shaggy? Let me tell you something. The day a parent will have time for teachers that beat children unnecessarily, omo, the teacher go cry premium tears. When I mean premium tears, now let me give you the story time. When we were growing up, I think we were in GS2, we were going to Owen Thomas. So this particular school, my dad is a soldier, and his boys used to come and pick us from school after closing. Not just us, some other children going to schools around our area, like where we're going to school. So on this particular day, this teacher came to class and was like, "Oh, Miss Nasiru," that is one teacher in my life I can never forget because she is solely wicked. When they say wickedness, they created wickedness for this lady. So we were in class that day and she just came up. We were making noise and she came into the class and said, "Okay, tomorrow I want you guys to go and make a research and tell me who made aeroplane. Who were the people that made aeroplane?" And as of then, there was no phone, there was no system to just go home and just probably Google it. It is going to be difficult for us to do that. Before we can actually get access to systems and computer, we need to go to my father's office. And it was not a weekend that we can actually go to his office. So we got to class the next day and she came to class that everybody stand up. You must tell me your answer. Blah 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 like that. My brother who was at the back, was we were in the same class as of then. I had double promotion. And my brother was like, "What's wrong with this woman? She's here again." Though he did not say it loud, but he said it under. So she didn't hear him per se, but she saw his mouth was moving. She called him outside and asked him to, like, do you understand? Drive Okada. Yeah. So he went to the front of the class and was driving Okada, and we had her, like, she was the first teacher that came into our class for the day. Tell me why this woman left my brother there from 9 a.m. or when I say 8:30 a.m. That's the first class, yes. From 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. By the time it was 4 p.m., my brother could not stand anymore. So I had to go downstairs to wait for the soldier guys that used to pick us from school. On getting downstairs, these guys came and they were like, "Where's your brother?" The first thing that came out from my mouth was, "He cannot come down, he cannot walk again." And they were like, "What do you mean? He cannot walk again?" Meanwhile, this teacher had already left. My brother was still driving Okada in school. That was how these guys jumped down from the car and they ran upstairs. They saw my brother. They had to rush him directly to the hospital from the classroom. On getting to the hospital, they had to do so much x-rays and everything for him. And unfortunately, that day was Friday. My brother fell sick. He was admitted to the hospital. Come Monday, my brother was still at the hospital. My dad was like, "I'm the one going to drop you off in school." And he said, "Eunice." I said, "Sir." He said, "I want you to just do one thing for me." I said, "Okay, what could that be?" He said, "Immediately you get into the school, I'm just going to want you to point to that teacher. As Judas Iscariot that I am." Immediately I was getting to the school, I point straight to the teacher and I was like, "Daddy, that is her." And immediately, that was the day I would tell people used to say, soldier does not beat women. Now, like, you never do wetin dey reach to beat you. If you do the things that then you need beating, that your name, your second name has to be beaten, they will beat you. They will beat you, you will forget your name. They beat this woman. She was wearing this round earring. They cut the earring. They cut her hair. Oh, like she was bleeding from her hair. And this got me thinking, though, we had to leave that school that period. But at the end of the day, this woman was solely wicked. Even after we left, even after my dad beat this woman, even after everything, because after my dad beat this, the proprietress, the proprietor, everybody ran away. The minute they saw my dad and his boys beating the lady, they ran away. The proprietress was inside her office. She was shouting, "Excuse me, sir. Mr. Izebuno, please help. Please, can you stop, sir? We're sorry. We will caution her. We will correct her. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You're inside the office there. You cannot come and save your teacher." You're just shouting there. Anyways, that was all the teachers started acting towards us with that behavior of, "Oh, our daddy came to fight in school." They started treating us differently. And when my dad found out about it, he just pulled us out of the school. Later on, another parent came to school to beat that same teacher. This time around, the parent is a pastor. He beat the living daylight out of her. He forgot his Bible in the church. He forgot his hymn book in the church. He left prayer at the gate and beat the teacher finish and carried his prayer and his Bible back to his house. At the end of the day, the teacher was laid off and the boy actually also left the school. So my question is, why did the principal, the proprietor, the proprietress had to wait till over 3 children or 4 children, if I can not mistake, about four of us? Why did she have to wait for 4 of us to leave the school before she laid off that teacher? Now, let me tell you one thing. Presently, my kids, I pulled out my kids from a particular school. What happened? Let me give you the gist. So, my children are this very, very calm, except my son. Most of the time, when they beat my son in school, I really don't care much, but I would always correct him, talk to him, calm him down, explain to him better why the teacher had to beat him and had to correct him. But this particular day, my son came home and was looking so bad. I'm like, what happened? He said the teacher beat him. What did you do? Okay, he was given an assignment, and the assignment was like page 21 and 22. And he only did 21, he did not do 22. Then I questioned him immediately, because me myself, I don't take nonsense when it comes to assignment. You have to finish your assignment. And he was like, no, what happened was he did not know what page he was given. Teacher said the page in the class. They were like asking the woman again that what page are we supposed to do. The person that asked, the woman called him out and flogged the person. And my son feared that teacher so gravely. So because of that, he kept quiet and did not say anything. He asked his mates and they told him it was only page 21. Nobody told him there was page 22 in the assignment. He came home, did the assignment and returned to school. The woman saw that he did only 1 page and asked him to kneel down. Tell me why the proprietress' son was passing the corridor and saw my son kneeling down and felt it is very right for him to slap my son, hit my son on the head, kick my son. Like, I'm like, the first question I asked him was, "Sure, Jale, did you steal?" Because that beating is only for somebody that stole, that they're supposed to beat like that. And I'm like, I called the proprietress. As a reasonable parent that I am, I don't want fight. I don't want an issue. I called this proprietress and I was like, hello ma, see what happened in school today. Your son beat my son mercilessly and left him with bruises on his body. Please, I would beg you to talk to your son. The one that vexed me most, this woman told me, why would I be calling her in the morning? Why will I be disturbing her peace with such an unimportant matter? My head first of all scatter. As in, I was like, Jesus. Like, am I not paying school fees? Funny thing is, before the school resumes, I've paid. Sabinus me, I have paid. They will buy textbook. My children will not use the textbook. You will see they may only use like 4, 7 page, 10 pages. The rest of the book is left like that. I will pay or I will buy it and I will waste the book. At the end of the day, I will give the book out. So what am I saying in essence? This woman didn't have very good words to say to me. I got upset. My children told their father. In short, I wouldn't have wanted him to know about it. My sister came, she heard about it. On Monday morning, that was on Friday. On Monday morning, before we even get to school, their dad and my sister, they were already in school. They were fighting the war. I just got to school and I was here. I said, yeah, who be that? What happened? And that was how I saw that my family members have gone to go and beat both the proprietress, the teachers, everybody, everywhere scattered. I had to take my children away from that school solely because of what happened to me initially. They would also treat them badly because of the parents coming to school to fight. Now, I pulled my children away from that school. Tell me why I took my children to the present school they are going to. The 3rd day my children were in that school, my son was beaten with drumstick. These schools I'm talking about, they are not schools that I'm paying 50,000 or 80,000. No. They are schools that we are paying hundreds of thousands. We are paying hundreds. You see the way I do my hand? Hundreds of thousands. And at the end of the day, they beat my son again. Then I'm asking, is there any school that they can actually beat or correct children like reasonable people? That teachers don't pull their frustration on children? Because I'm still asking. I am asking for all the mothers that are affected. Please, owners of schools and teachers, if you have frustration, drop it at the gate. Imagine my son, the last one that happened, my baby, like an 8-year-old boy that was sick for 2 good weeks, did not go to school because of shortage of blood and everything like that. By the time he got to school, the second day he was resuming, he resumed on Monday. On Tuesday, a teacher carried stick and hit him on the head. And I'm like, Ejo, kilo shele. The child that is like a log of wood that he has turned to pankere finish, that is very slim, looking very pale, you now carry cane, and if that boy now faints now, you will not say that it's because he's not feeling fine, not knowing you are the wicked devil, you are the one that the devil has sent to me. I've gone to warn the proprietress in that school, and the day they beat my children next, I'm going to put it on live. I am going to carry cane. I will beat that teacher like a thief. I will beat that teacher like a thief, and I'm going to put it online so that everybody will see, because I have warned these teachers first time, second time, third time. Dear parents, how do you cope with these situations?